Singapore's acquisition of the Boeing P-8A Poseidon is a pivotal development in its long-term defense modernization strategy and a clear reaffirmation of its commitment to maintaining robust strategic ties with the United States. While the official announcement focuses on the purchase of 4 P-8A aircraft, the implications of this decision extend far beyond the numbers. It reflects Singapore's consistent approach to national defense: quiet, calculated, and capability-driven, with an emphasis on readiness, deterrence, and strategic alignment with key partners. For decades, Singapore has prioritized defense planning not as a reactive measure but as a proactive investment in its sovereignty, stability, and economic security. The maritime domain has always been central to Singapore's national interests, as it sits at a key intersection of global trade routes. The Singapore Strait and the broader Malacca Strait are among the world's busiest waterways. Any disruption in maritime security in this region could have outsized consequences not only for Singapore but for global commerce as well. This reality makes maritime surveillance and anti-submarine warfare capabilities a top national priority. The Boeing P-8A Poseidon offers a quantum leap in capability compared to the aging Fokker 50s, currently in service. While the Fokker 50 has served Singapore reliably since the early 1990s, it was never designed for the level of sophistication now required to detect and monitor evolving undersea threats. Over time, the limited range, payload, and sensor capacity of the Fokker 50 became increasingly inadequate for the expanding demands of maritime operations in a contested environment. The P-8A, in contrast, is designed from the outset as a high-end, multi-mission aircraft optimized for the kinds of tasks Singapore must now perform: monitoring submarines, patrolling long stretches of ocean, gathering electronic and acoustic intelligence, and supporting search and rescue operations when needed. One of the most significant aspects of this acquisition is the platform's interoperability. The P-8A is already in service with several key U.S. allies and partners, including Australia, the United Kingdom, India, South Korea, and Norway. This commonality provides immense operational advantages. Training exercises, logistics sharing, maintenance planning, and intelligence coordination become vastly more efficient when multiple countries operate the same or similar platforms. For Singapore, whose defense policy is closely aligned with the United States and other like-minded nations, joining the P-8A user community deepens integration into a broader security architecture that emphasizes collaboration and shared responsibility. The Republic of Singapore Air Force operates with a doctrine that stresses operational readiness, technical proficiency, and strategic foresight. The selection of the P-8A reflects not only a platform preference but also a clear doctrinal alignment with the U.S. Navy's approach to maritime surveillance and deterrence. The U.S. Navy has operated the P-8A globally, demonstrating its capabilities in both peacetime presence missions and higher-intensity operational environments. Singapore's alignment with this standard suggests a willingness and readiness to operate alongside the United States in scenarios that require sustained surveillance, information sharing, and rapid response in contested areas. Additionally, Singapore's defense ecosystem is structured to ensure longevity and sustainment of its systems. The Memorandum of Understanding between Boeing and ST Engineering for long-term maintenance and sustainment of the P-8 fleet ensures that Singapore will be able to support its aircraft independently while leveraging U.S. industry expertise. This is entirely consistent with Singapore's model of building robust, localized defense infrastructure capable of supporting its systems even in high-demand scenarios. It also creates potential avenues for regional support, should other countries in Southeast Asia eventually procure the same platform. From a geopolitical standpoint, the timing and nature of this acquisition are important. As regional maritime activity continues to increase in volume and complexity, nations are investing in platforms that offer more persistent and precise domain awareness. For the United States, Singapore's decision to adopt the P-8A not only reflects confidence in the aircraft itself but also reinforces the central role of U.S.-origin defense systems in maintaining regional security. It's worth emphasizing that this procurement was not driven by symbolic diplomacy or short-term concerns. Singapore does not make impulsive defense decisions. Every major acquisition is studied in depth, planned for years in advance, and designed to integrate with other elements of the national defense framework. The P-8A will not exist in isolation but as part of an interconnected set of capabilities that includes air, sea, cyber, and command and control elements. Singapore's defense strategy is systems-based rather than platform-focused, and this aircraft fits into that logic as a critical node for information gathering and threat detection. Singapore has consistently demonstrated that its size is not a constraint on its strategic ambition. Although it is a small country geographically, its investments in defense, particularly those that deepen ties with the United States, are measured and intentional. The P-8A is not simply a tool for patrols, it is an enabler of decision-making, early warning, and strategic coordination with partners. Its adoption reflects a mutual understanding between Singapore and the United States, that regional stability and open maritime access are shared interests that require shared responsibility. The delivery schedule for the P-8A has not been disclosed, which is typical of Singapore's low-profile approach to defense affairs. Public statements are carefully managed, and operational details are kept classified unless necessary. However, it is reasonable to expect that training for aircrew and support personnel is either already underway or will begin shortly. The aircraft will likely be operational within a few years, following the pattern seen with other recent RSAF procurements. The gradual replacement of older platforms, rather than abrupt transitions, is a hallmark of Singapore's methodical planning process. Singapore's selection of the Boeing P-8A Poseidon is not merely a platform upgrade. It is a strategic alignment with the United States and a continuation of a defense philosophy based on preparedness, deterrence, and strong bilateral partnerships. It supports U.S. efforts to build a network of capable partners who can share the burden of regional security. It enhances Singapore's ability to independently monitor and respond to maritime challenges. And it affirms a long-standing trust in U.S. defense systems and strategic reliability.